Manual was updated, and isn't that what we voted on February 15th for the first reading? Is that what you're referring to?
Well, I am referring to that as well, but she said it was February 1st, and I'm telling you what we saw on February 1st, February 7th, which was at Monday's committee meeting as well. It was not placed in there. On the February 7th document at Administrative Services Committee meeting. And then the 15th, it was there, but it wasn't this motion. It was the intent that she went back to figure out what his intent was, and then she added that in there.
If I may, real quick.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Commissioner Brigham made his motion on February 1st. On February 2nd, we contacted Commissioner Brigham because his motion was unclear, and it simply said that the administrator had the authority to nominate, and didn't clarify whether that nomination was for hiring and firing, both, or one or the other. So we did call him to clarify what that motion was. It's our understanding, as part of parliamentary procedure, that the manual did not pass as of that motion because the manual in its entirety was not properly before the commission due to the substitute motion. So we did then, as of February 2nd, change page 11, which included Commissioner Brigham's motion as he clarified it in our telephone conversation. That page 11 was placed in the February 3rd committee books, and that has been before the commission as of February 3rd. There was some confusion because page 124 didn't also exclude those employees. In order to make it crystal clear, even though page 11 would trump because it was more specific, we then also changed page 124 to make it clear that those employees were separate because they were not under the administrative authority as it was described in page 11. And page 11 has not changed since February 2nd.
I still have the same question.
Was it in accordance with the law? Yes or no?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Thank you. Commissioner Brigham.
Mayor, I don't understand why we're having this discussion. According to Mr. Mason, we removed any items that I made a substitute motion on from the agenda in the meeting of February 15th. That item was removed from the agenda. It was deleted. We're not discussing that. We're discussing items that belong to this commission. And I think anybody can make recommendations to items that belong to this commission. I think we've had a general discussion of a lot of commissioners up here concerning this item. It's no longer mine. It belongs to this commission. And with that, I'll ask that we move on to the order of the day.
Okay.
I got a question.
Commissioner Bowles.
In the minutes from February 1st, Mr. Brigham, quote, "My biggest concern is the hiring and firing process of our senior executive corps, and I believe that I have a compromise that the administrators can live with." I believe that says hiring and firing. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Parliamentarian, Mr. Brigham called for the order of the day.
And some of the issues regarding the planning and zoning, I believe you asked specifically about that. So what I've got to pass out today is an excerpt of that project. Looks like we're looking at about 1.23 million at this particular point in time as we look at the savings. As you all know, that continues to go down as we do not implement the plan at this particular point in time. Let me share with you, though, that as we look at the continuing state of our budget and the continuing state of what's going on around us, we are continually being notified of state cuts and federal cuts and other cuts that are continuing to be very worrisome as we look at this project. In addition to that, we look at increased costs that are going up that we never anticipated. The price of gas, the price of food, and the other commodities that we have to use to operate this government continue to rise almost exponentially. And that's beginning to be very bothersome as we look at this whole project. I fear that what we've recommended up front is probably not going to be sufficient to get us to where we are going to have to be at some point in time. As I say regularly, this commission is facing lots and lots and lots of tough decisions. And these decisions are not getting any easier as we continue to move forward.